Imagine booking that dream vacation you've been saving for, only to get turned away at the airport because your passport doesn't meet the new rules. What if a simple oversight in 2026 denies you entry to your favorite destination? In this video, I'll walk you through all the key passport changes so you can avoid headaches and travel smoothly. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on travel tips like this. Let's start with the basics that could trip up even seasoned travelers. Passport validity rules. Many countries have long required your passport to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your planned return date, but come January 1st, 2026, enforcement is getting stricter across the board. Think about it. If your passport expires in May 2026 and you're traveling in January, you might be fine in December 2025. But that same document could get you denied entry just days later. Countries like Brazil, China, India, Ghana, Nigeria, Vietnam, and Kenya are particularly vigilant about this. For example, Brazil demands 6 months validity for visa holders, and border agents won't hesitate to send you back if you're short by even a day. Why the big push now? Governments are tightening security to prevent overstays and ensure travelers have buffer time in case of emergencies. To check yours, flip to the info page and count forward from your return flight. If it's close, renew early. Processing times can stretch to 10 to 13 weeks for standard U.S. applications, or expedite for a fee if your trip is within 3 months. Don't forget kids' passports. Those issued before 2021 for minors under 16 only last 5 years. So many will need renewals in 2026. Pro tip: use the U.S. State Department's online calculator to verify requirements for your specific destination. Moving on to Europe, where big shifts are happening with biometric travel systems. The European Union's Entry-Exit System, or EES, rolled out in October 2025, but became fully mandatory by April 10, 2026, across 29 countries in the Schengen area. This means no more quick passport stamps at the border. Instead, you'll face automated gates that scan your face and fingerprints to record your entry and exit digitally. It's designed to track how long you're staying. Remember, visa-exempt folks like U.S. citizens are limited to 90 days in any 180 days. First-time users might spend a few extra minutes registering biometrics, so factor that into connection times at busy hubs like Paris-Charles de Gaulle or Frankfurt. Iceland, though not in the EU, is part of this too. To prepare, ensure your passport has a biometric chip. Most issued after 2007 do, symbolized by that little camera icon on the cover. If yours is older, renew it now to avoid compatibility issues. Closely tied to that is the European Travel Information and Authorization System, known as ETIAS, which kicks in during the last quarter of 2026. If you're a U.S. passport holder planning a short trip to places like France, Italy, Spain, Germany, Greece, or Portugal, you'll need this pre-approval before boarding your flight. It's similar to the US ESTA, but for Europe. The application is online. You provide basic info like your name, address, passport details, and answer questions about health, criminal history, and travel plans. It costs about €20, that's roughly $22, and most approvals come within minutes, though some might take up to 96 hours if flagged for review. Once approved, it's linked to your passport and valid for up to 3 years or until your passport expires, whichever comes first, allowing multiple entries for stays under 90 days. Forgot to apply? Airlines won't let you board, plain and simple. Why the change? Europe wants to screen for security risks before you arrive, much like how the US does. For smooth sailing, apply at least a week before your trip via the official EU website once it's live. And heads up, EES and ETIAS work together. Your ETIAS gets checked digitally alongside biometrics at the border. Back home in the US, domestic travel isn't escaping changes either. While Real ID enforcement started in May 2025, A new twist arrives February 1st, 2026. If you show up without a compliant ID for a flight, you'll pay a $45 fee to use the TSA's Confirm ID verification process. This lets you fly for 10 days after proving your identity through alternative means, like a series of questions or document uploads. But it's not ideal. Expect delays at the checkpoint, and it's meant as a last resort. This fee shift ensures costs fall on the unprepared rather than taxpayers. For international trips, always carry your physical passport anyway, as digital IDs in apps like Apple Wallet are optional and not foolproof. Scanners can glitch, or agents might insist on the real thing. On a brighter note, not all changes are about restrictions. Starting January 1st, 2026, Uzbekistan will open up visa-free entry for U.S. passport holders for stays up to 30 days. That's a win for adventure seekers eyeing the Silk Road cities like Samarkand. No more e-visas or paperwork, just standard passport checks at the border. Keep your document valid for at least 3 months beyond your stay, though. Beyond these, watch for updated visa photo standards and digital platforms in January 2026. Countries may require new specs for photos, no glasses, neutral expression, specific backgrounds, so double-check when applying for visas to spots like Vietnam or India. Digital entry forms are becoming the norm, replacing paper ones for faster processing. Now let's tie this all together with practical tips to ensure these 2026 passport changes don't derail your plans. First, audit your passport today. Check expiration, validity for your destination, and if it matches your current name. Post-marriage changes need updates with supporting docs like marriage certificates to avoid mismatches. Second, renew early if needed. U.S. fees are $130 for adults, plus $60 to expedite. Third, for Europe, bookmark the official EDS site and apply as soon as it's available. Don't rely on third-party services that charge extra. Fourth, enroll in programs like Global Entry for $100, which speeds up U.S. re-entry and includes TSA PreCheck for domestic perks. It takes months to approve, so start now. And finally, stay informed. Follow the U.S. State Department and EU travel sites for alerts. These shifts might seem overwhelming, but they're ultimately about safer, more efficient travel. By staying proactive, you'll breeze through airports while others scramble. So that's your complete guide to navigating the 2026 passport changes without letting them deny your trip. If this video saved you from a potential headache, smash that like button and subscribe for more real talk travel advice. Share this with a friend who's planning a getaway. What's one passport tip you've picked up from experience? Let me know in the comments. I read them all and might feature yours in a future video.